Don't nobody give no F's about nothing. Don't nobody care about us. I just want y'all to see this story, and then I want you all to imagine if this was a girl, what would have happened.
You'll only see on Local 10 News, a 12-year-old boy collapses moments after police say he was abducted, raped, and then shot. The attack happened early Saturday morning.
And while that boy recovers in the hospital, investigators are on the hunt for who did this. And Local 10's Terrell Fournay is live in Northwest Miami-Dade with this safety alert. Terrell, this is awful.
Just shout out to SCM for the $4 cash app. Say a little something, Pastor, for your hard work. I appreciate that right there. Sure enough, dude.
And this story is just disturbing on just about every level you can imagine. But this is the market where that boy literally collapsed as bystanders rushed in, called 911 to do what they could to save this 12-year-old. We've blurred his face because of the sensitive nature of the crime, but you can clearly see the moment when a critically injured 12-year-old boy collapses to the ground.
Do y'all see that? I want y'all to really understand. There's an old player on the bike. There's a younger player on his damn phone with a square in his mouth. There's a whole 12-year-old done passed out with gunshot wounds who have also been raped. Brutally assaulted and raped. Imagine if this was a girl.
We've blurred his face because of the sensitive nature of the crime, but you can clearly see the moment when a critically injured 12-year-old boy collapses to the ground after enduring a terrifying and brutal ordeal.
But I only saw him. He was screaming, "Help, somebody help me, please, please, please." So I brought him to the store where they could call the police for him, you know.
This Good Samaritan, who only wants to go by his first name, Johnny, is actually seen on that surveillance video on a bike escorting the bleeding boy to the Foodland Market at Northwest 47th Street and 37th Avenue. This was early Saturday morning in the overnight hours.
He was conscious. He fell on the sidewalk.
See, now, I really didn't really expect for this man to help because he older and it seemed like he out there on them like he's such products. So I really didn't expect for him to help.
And he said he had been shot. That was all I know.
Police tell Local 10 earlier that
I really expected him to help. I really did expect him to help. He out there in slides and shit. I thought that he would have been like, "Oh shit, what's up, player? Damn it, what's going on?" Nothing.
Morning, the child was walking near Northwest 47th Terrace and 30th Avenue.
And he's still on the ground. Mind you, the camera's still rolling, bitch. He's still in his phone.
When he was abducted, forced into a black four-door sedan. The 12-year-old boy told detectives he was then sexually assaulted by the man and then shot before being pushed out of that car around Northwest 45th Street and 31st Avenue. As the boy stumbled away for help, this is when he apparently encountered Johnny. What else was he saying?
Help, help. He was just screaming, "Help, help." He was calling at everybody gate around the corner there.
He said he might have did it.
So I brought him. I say, "Well, follow me to the store."
Just follow me to the store. He walking, he bleeding, he been brutally assaulted, shot. Just go on, follow me to the store, player. He walked the block, he walked the street screaming help. No one came outside of their homes. Do y'all understand if this was a girl? Everybody and their mammy would have been outside.
I didn't have.
So players, this is a us problem. Hell, it's a society problem, but it's really a us problem too. It's really us because we don't take us serious and we not trying to help us. Boy, if that was a 12-year-old girl, the one who was smoking the square would have picked that baby up. Promise you.
The surveillance video shows witnesses calling 911 and giving the boy a bottled water. Moments later, police and paramedics are seen arriving to that corner store. One officer helps the child to a gurney before he is whisked away to the hospital.
When they told me it was a little boy, that's awful. It's like
She didn't even know it was a little boy. Wow.
But that's sick. You know, so whoever did it, they just need to just turn themselves in. You know, because that's not right. It's not right. He's a child. Like, you don't do that.
And a child who collapsed right here, we understand, is in critical condition in the hospital. This is now a major investigation by the Miami-Dade Police Department. They are searching for a suspect described as a tall Hispanic man with long curly hair, about 30 to 40 years old. He was last seen again driving a black sedan. Detectives desperately trying to find this individual to arrest him. Reporting live from Northwest Miami-Dade.
We got to think about it too. Why was a 12-year-old outside? He said the boy snuck outside the house that night. He said he lived to regret it. Why in the hell was the boy out the door though? Just stay your ass in the house. Stay your ass in the house. The sad part is we don't care what happens to other men, other males. We don't. Other males get raped all the time. Don't nobody bat a damn eye. We don't care. We don't care, and that's so sad. This is why it's kind of like you have to appreciate what the women do for other women. Women's shelters and shit like that. There's so many women's shelters. It's barely any men's shelters. It's barely any men shelters. But we got a shitload of women's shelters. Oh, women and children shelters. Just women by themselves shelters. It's rarely a men's shelter. I ain't making this shit up. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Moving right along, moving right along. Let me make sure I'm knocking these out properly.